What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Shaddoll deck profile. Yes, it's an older deck, but it's still a good deck. So let's jump to the deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. I'm running 3 Shaddoll Beasts. Shaddoll Beast is the main card that you want to get into the graveyard. You send this card to the graveyard off any card effect, you're going to draw 1 card. If you use his flip effect, whenever he's flipped face up, you draw 2 cards, send 1 like a graceful charity. So he's a very good card and helps the deck draw a lot of cards. I'm running 2 Shaddoll Dragon. Dragon is just all around good for just returning that troublesome card on the field to the opponent's hand if he's flipped. And also too, I like the fact that he can, when he's sent to the graveyard for card effect, he pops a spell or trap card on the field. So if your opponent has a pesky card out there, just go and pop that thing, get that thing out the way. That way you can go on with your plays, and that way they not going on with their plays. I'm running 3 of the best Shaddoll. It's Shaddoll Skomata. Skomata is any Shaddoll card that you want him to be. If you want him to be a core, he's a core. If you want him to be a fusion, he's a fusion. Whatever cards you want him to be, he can be it. Whenever he's sent to the graveyard for card effect, that's what he does. When his flip effect is destroy 1 monster on the field, so that could be very useful too. I'm also running 2 Shaddoll Hound, and before you click off the video, let me explain. Shaddoll Hound, even though he's not a very good Shaddoll in the fact that he's like Skomata or Beast or Falco, things like that, his effect is more a good thing as versatility. His flip effect to be able to return a Shaddoll card to hand, that can help you with the way the game is right now. There's a lot of things your Shaddolls are going to automatically neg you to, because that's a fusion based deck. Right out the gate, as soon as you say Shaddoll fusion, you sending stuff out of hand, off the field, you're negging yourself. So he helps you get those cards back. The main effect that I like off him is when you have your Falco set or your Beast set, he could trigger that effect to make that card flip. That's the thing that I like the most about him. Even if you're going against a pesky deck that's like a burn deck that every time they flip, you can get those cards that can negate those effects. That way you can just go ahead and hit that card and be done with it. But to me, Shaddoll Hound, he does have his good effects, and the way that I'm trying to run the deck right now, Shaddoll Hound has been helping me out a lot. I'm running 2 Shaddoll Hedgehog. Hedgehog just to be able to make sure you get that fusion to hand as soon as possible. And that's the thing I like about these Shaddoll deck, the way I got it set up right now, is I'm wanting to get that Shaddoll fusion to hand, El Shaddoll fusion or whatever to hand as soon as possible. That way I can get the cards going the way I want. Also too, if he's sent to the graveyard off a card effect, you end up getting a Shaddoll to hand. So usually when you send this, you're getting that Skomata play set up. I'm running 3 Shaddoll Falco, and yes, this could be a little bit much, but to me, Shaddolls right now have an issue with keeping field advantage, and to be able to make sure you got a Shaddoll, because whenever you get one of your fusions out, you're only going to get out 1 unless you're doing links. And to be able, if that card gets destroyed, you want to be able to get that resource back. So this helps you to get those fusion cards not back in the extra deck slot, but also get back onto the field. So that helps you out a lot, and that's where Shaddoll Hound comes in. If you're sitting there, your Shikanaga gets destroyed. You got this, you got Sinister Shadow Games. You flip Sinister Shadow Games, send Hound. Sinister Shadow Games gonna flip this up, gonna special summon your Shikanaga, and then get your own plays going from there. That's why I say with your Hound can be very useful too with getting plays monsters face back up. That way you can activate their effects. I'm also running a small plant engine in here, and Lone Fire Blossom. Lone Fire Blossom, I'm only running it 2 because 3 becomes too cloggy. Yes, you can deck them with a 3rd one, but I only want 2 to be able to get the plays off, get them off, and just hit your opponent as hard to the biscuit as you can. I'm running 3 of this Predator Plant, Mountain Dew as I call him. To me, this guy, he is what the deck really needed going forward. The reason why I say that is you can fusion with him on the field with no fusion card. You can just use him and a fusion material in hand or fusion material on the field. fusion them two together, and the Shaddolls are going to get effect because it's a effect to send it. So you're going to get that monster on board, and you're still going to get the Shaddoll effect. And you don't have to have the fusion card in order to do it. So that helps the deck out, and the fact is that you're not having to waste a lot of resources to get a fusion out. I'm running one Mathematician, the old Turtle Hermit, still sending Shaddolls all the way to the graveyard, getting them effects, still using a Kamehameha on them, busting up moves on people all day long. And lastly, for the monsters, I'm running one Max C, because Max C can help hold down the opponent when they want to try to go off on you. And that is it for our monsters. For our spell cards, I'm running one Foolish Burial, just because it can be any card that you want it to be. It could be a Foolish, it could be a Rhoda, it could be a draw card, it could be whatever, but the monster effect that you send, that it's a Shaddoll. So I like that effect a lot. I'm running one Soul Charge, just because Soul Charge can help you get some monsters back and help you use some good crazy plays. I'm running three Shaddoll Fusion. Shaddoll Fusion is the card you want to see. Your opponent's going to more than likely have an extra deck monster out there, so you're getting a free fusion summon just by having this card in hand to sending materials from the deck to the graveyard. And that can help you out a lot in a lot of the plays that you make, and help you get pluses off of that. I'm also running one El Shaddoll Fusion, just because it can help to with OTK, and also too, it helps you to allow to fusion summon on your opponent's turn, which is very, very good. Another card that I'm teching in is Flash Fusion, and the reason why I'm teching this in is because this is another El Shaddoll Fusion, but it does have a restriction. This card, you got to make sure you have them fusion materials on the field, which that's not a hard thing to do with Shaddolls. But the thing I like to do is I like to use Shaddoll Core, because it's a dark, and then use another Shaddoll card, and then go into Starving Venom Dragon or something like that. The Shaddoll Core is going to pop something like this back to hand, so I got this in hand and I can activate it after I've done activated this. After I attacked with my Starving Venom Dragon, I can sit there with another Shaddoll card in hand, chain this, and then push on through like it's another El Shaddoll Fusion. And like I said, those are little combos like that that I've been using in order to push harder than what I've been doing. It's not restricting the deck like it used to. So this is like running two El Shaddoll Fusions to me. I'm also running two Scapegoats, because Scapegoats, you can go into your Link summons, you can go into your Shikanaga plays, or it can just be a good defender if you need to be. Very good card. I'm running one Book of Moon because flip effects are good, and this is also a good defender card. And lastly, for the spells, I'm running two Mystical Space Typhoon, because with the dragons you're able to pop 4 cards, and that's still, you're not having to waste pitch outlets. So very, very good. And that is it for our spells. For our trap cards, I'm running one Solemn Warning, because warning is just a stop to everything. When they get that crazy summon off, you just say, whoa sir, you're going too far. This is a warning. I'm just letting you know you're going too far. I'm running two Shaddoll Core, because Shaddoll Core can be whatever attribute I need it to be for a Shaddoll Fusion. And also too, the fact that it helps me get to my fusions back, my Shaddoll Fusions back. I like that a lot. If I can get my El Shaddoll Fusion back, and then get this back with one of the Shaddoll monsters that's destroyed by that's one of the fusion Shaddoll monsters that's destroyed, that helps me keep the loop going, helps me keep getting advantage. And lastly, for the traps, I'm running 3 Sinister Shadow Games. That way I can always get these crazy pop-off effects going at any given time. But that is it for our main deck. For our extra deck, I'm running one Starving Venom Dragon. This card is really right now my substitute for Construct, and if Construct ever comes back, I will probably replace it with this. But right now, Starving Venom is still holding it down. The main thing that I like about this card is whenever I fusion summon it, usually 9 times out of 10, because this is what I'm going into, I'm using my Flash Fusion. Flash Fusion, when it states that at the end phase destroy the card. And the thing that I like the most about this is, even if you're not attacking, you can't get the attack to go through on all the opponent's monsters, attack the one that they normal summon. Whatever special summon monsters they got out there, Flash Fusion will destroy this card, and it'll destroy all the special summon monsters. So you're getting a free board wipe when this card is destroyed, and that's the reason why I like it. I'm running 3 of the Predator Plant Chimera. This card is ridiculous. The fact that it can cut a monster's attack points by 1,000 and gain that 1,000, and that's just all around good to me, just itself right there. The main thing that I like about this card, and the main reason I'm playing this card is I use this fusion summon into this. Then when this is sent to the graveyard, if I don't have a Shaddoll Fusion in hand, I can get a Shaddoll Fusion during my opponent's standby phase, which the next standby phase, that's what it says, the next standby phase, which that is very, very crucial. So you got to make sure you catch your timing on this. That way you can end up plussing off of it. Plus 2, if your opponent sees you getting a Shaddoll Fusion in hand, they're going to either say, I'm not fusing out, getting anything out of the extra deck, or I'm going to make sure that I can OTK you. So whatever happens, you want to make sure that kind of play happens, so you can almost like bait your opponent, make them play a little mind game with them. I mean, we are playing a Sinister Shadow game, aren't we? We're running 2 El Shaddoll Shikanagas. Shikanaga is still good. To get that 3,000 defense out there is just all around good. And the fact that if a special summon monster activates this effect, pitch that Shaddoll card, get that negate, I mean, it's a strike. It's a strike. I mean, it's a good card. It's a good card. We're running 1 Annoyed Tilts because Necroz are still trying to make their comebacks, and I do not like Necroz, and to be able to stop the whole deck, that's pretty good. To make sure you're not getting trished, it's pretty good. I like that. And also too, sometimes your players like to play Oasis, Call of Oasis, or Call of the Haunted, things like that. Make sure you stop those plays, that way they don't even happen. Running 1 El Shaddoll Gristia. Gristia is just like a warning. You know, whenever your opponent summons a card, the special summon, pitch that Shaddoll card, just stop that right then and there. Just negate it right then and there. Running 3 El Shaddoll Wenda. Wenda is the go-to girl. Wenda, just make sure that your opponent only gets 1 special summon. That's it. Make sure you only get 1 special summon too, but she's the girl that makes sure she says that, you know, you ain't going too far. Zodiac, you're not gonna sit there and overlay like 7 times. That ain't gonna happen. So she's very, very good. I like that effect a lot. We're in the Link era, so we gotta run 1 Deco Talker. Yes, you're gonna put a lot of resource into him, but if you get him out there, he helps out a lot with a lot of your plays. It helps you extend a lot of your plays, especially considering you're doing fusions. I'm running 2 Mrs. Radiant because we're running goats, and goats can easily be ate up with Mrs. Radiant and help you get to those link summons faster. And that's what you want to do. You want to be able to get the plays going as fast as possible. And lastly, in the extra deck, we're running 1 Proxy Dragon because Proxy Dragon makes sure that you get 3 spots opened up. That way you can go on with your old school plays the best that you can. But that is it for the deck profile, guys. Let us know what you think of it. We're out.